Now we're going to add a module to an existing page. Putting a module on the page is very straightforward, and you can put it in a lot of different places, theoretically. Practically, though, to make the page look nice, there's only a few places where it should go. In this case, we're on the About Us page, and we see the module down here that's titled About Summer Place Theater, and we see that it's in the Content pane, and we see that there is a middle left and a middle right on either side of the Content pane. These panes collapse to nothing if there's no module inside them. So you'll notice that when we look at this page without the editor being on, without us being logged in as an editor, we would not see any of these spaces. We would see this right up against the breadcrumb and search window that we have. So we're going to take advantage of that, and we're going to put something over here in the middle right pane. When we see this without the editor being on, the About Summer Place will be to the far left, and this pane will have a new module in it, and we're going to just put in a little block that says that they should go to the box office and buy tickets. So the way to do that is you go to the top of the page. You notice there's a bar across the top above the actual website look, and that box says at the top Show Control Panel, and in the very corner there's a little drop down. If it's not already showing for you, click that little guy and you'll see this control panel. Alright. The way to add a module, you can add it to any of the different panes that are there, but the one we're going to go and add is the middle right pane. The way to add a module is to go to Add a Module. Notice that it's checked there. And the module is, and you click and see all these different kind of modules. There's lots and lots of them. If you don't know what they are, leave them alone. The one that we use almost exclusively is the HTML and text. It's actually text/HTML module, so it's way down here past all the S's, and there it is, text HTML. So you click there. We're going to use that module. We are going to insert it in the middle right pane, and we're going to put it at the bottom. In this case, there are no modules, but you can stack modules on top of one another in a pane. This particular one we're just going to add at the bottom, so it will be the first module anyway in that middle right pane. It will be inserted next, and since it's the only one, it'll be at the top of the pane. So click Add, and there is now going to be a module there. So if we scroll the page down, we see, yes indeed, there's a little module there. So how to edit it? Now you do the same thing that you've done before. You select the top part, the container look. Do you want this look or do you want a solid? Remember we said the S6 was the solid, so we're gonna use solid, and then we're gonna name this thing. We do that through settings. We're gonna do both the container and the name through settings. Click here. Scroll down. Its title is by default the title of the module, which is text HTML, and we're going to put visit the box office. Leave all of the rest of it alone, and under page settings, look down. We want the alignment. If you wanted everything to be pushed over to the right or the left or centered in that module, in that pane, you can adjust it here. We're going to just leave it as is. Visibility means, do we want a little control element for somebody to click on that could make that module compress and expand? And in our case, no, we don't. We want to not have that little capability. We want to display a container? Yes, we do. Remember, we wanted it to be all blue. Do we want them to print this module? We say no, we don't. And then what the module is, we drop down and we look for that S6. There it is. And everything else is left alone. So we say update, and we'll look to see what that new module looks like. Scroll down. There it is. And now now we need to put some text in, and we do that through Edit Text. Open up a new window, a new text editor window, and we start typing in. You can get your season tickets on sale, and online by visiting our online box office. If you can dress this up all kinds of ways because you've learned how to use this editor, but we're going to suffice to say that's enough, and scroll down. Oh, actually, no, we need to put a link in there that shows visit the box office. So I need visit the box office. I want to highlight this. Click my link tool. I'm going to browse for what the page is. My next pop-up says, do you want this to be an outside or a page on the site? I want it to be a page. What page? I want it to be the box office page. Track the number of times it's clicked and use the link. There's the link. OK. That's now a link, as you can see. And now we save by updating. I have now put some text into that page. If I want to see what that looks like without all these lines, remember how we do that is switch from edit mode to view mode. Click view, and I no longer have that stuff. I see visit the box office. It's a little snug here on this screen. But if we were to switch over, and it looks like it's still tight. So let's go back and edit that to make it wider. There's a couple ways that we could do that to make it wider. First of all, we have to go back to edit mode. And then go into edit text. Now, the simplest technique that I know of is to put this into a table where you can force the width to be a particular width. Let's put a table in. Click. It'll ask what the properties are. And you could say that all we really want is one row and one column. Not much of a table, but the important thing is the width can be specified and therefore forced. So border, we don't want a border for this table. We don't want a thin line drawn around the words. We just want the width of this to be pushed out. And we're going to make it 250 pixels, which is a nice amount. And the cell spacing and padding can be left alone. And say OK. That creates this box. It does show you this line here while you're editing. And we drop all of our text just by highlighting it, clicking on it, and dragging it into the box. That forces the content to be at least 250 pixels. And then we come back and update. Then we scroll down and we look, we say, ah, okay. So that worked, but now the text is black. Everything else looks okay, and visit the box office looks okay, but the text is black and we wanted it to be white. So let's go in and edit it one more time. And it's an iterative process. Highlight that, and we can change the font color right here, and we set the color to be white. Notice it's blue here because the editor is smart enough to know that if you set it to white, you no longer see it. Scroll down and update. and we're done. Visit the box office. You can get your season tickets online. Visit the box office. So now that is on the About Us page, and we actually put a box, a module, specified the color of the module. The container is what specifies the color of the module, and then we titled the module. So now you can do that too.